The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said you're up and I'm up. Y'all now tuned in to the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. How's everybody doing? Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally? I got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, my name is Dania Sawyer.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. It's a great day. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So, this journey, right? As far as just like your upbringing, a little bit about you, like your background.
Gotcha. So, I am from the PG County area. I grew up around Suitland, graduated from Suitland High School. That was basically tremendous, basically changed my life. Honestly, all of the great programs there. So yes, I'm from around here.
Okay.
I actually just came back from Salisbury. I'm a current Salisbury University senior studying exercise science with a minor in sports medicine. So just came back here, wanted to bring that atmosphere back home and that knowledge back home.
That's what's up. So, I guess like some early, childhood things. Did you play any sports or?
Yeah, I did a lot as a child. So growing up, it's so crazy. I wanted to play football, but my mom told me no.
Oh.
My dad, he was like, well, whatever your mom says. So that was a no. So I grew up around football all of my life. I've been dancing since I was about 4. I was a dance coach a couple years ago before I left. And then bowling as well. Bowling, I was in a band, school band though. So,
Okay. What instrument did you play?
Clarinet.
Clarinet. Okay,
Yes.
that's rare. All right, but you said bowling too. Okay, so that's different because I'm like,
Bowling,
okay,
yes,
all right,
yes.
that's what's up. That's what's up. So, like, did you like? I know you said football, basketball. Any? If any?
No, I didn't. Nope, not basketball. Nope. All I just did was bowl, dance, and sung in a choir at church as a kid.
Okay.
Like everybody else do.
Right. Well, I didn't really do that, but going to church, of course, tapping into the spirituality and religion, of course. Shout out to my mom and my dad for that. So, yeah, for sure. So, as far as the journey and what you wanted to study after high school, what made you want to take this leap into this particular field?
So, I was in high school. I was torn between exercise science and forensic science.
Okay.
I always knew that it was something in science, just a great detail, and then going into it and setting myself apart from a lot of people, and just basically representing, African American women in the STEM field. It's not a lot of us. It's not a lot of representation. So my senior year, my brother, he ended up getting hurt. He tore his patella tendon. And that was his junior year. So just seeing him on the field getting injured, and when he tore his patella tendon, he also dislocated his knee. So I was like, oh no, this is something that I definitely want to do. That was definitely my wake-up call, because my brother, he's a big guy. So if you see a big guy on the field bouncing, and something immediately is wrong. So that's what basically made me want to dig into it more. I started wanting to be an athletic trainer, but I pretty much changed my focus to injury prevention for athletes. So that's why I was like, okay, this is my calling, this is my wake-up call. And growing up in PG County, we don't have we have the talent, but not a lot of resources.
Right.
So that was something that I was like, okay, I definitely want to bring it back home.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I applaud that. I'm going to clap that up. I applaud that because, I think a lot of people need to understand to take care of their body, right, when they're, playing the sports, because, we get stuck on just the athlete. All right, I'm going to play the game, basketball, football, whatever it is, and we don't understand the totality of the sport.
Right.
So, with that being said, in the services, that launch, what was that surreal moment for you where you were like, all right, well, dang, I'm really in this. I'm really doing this. Like, this is the time.
It's crazy because I launched it in May 2021. When I was in Salisbury, I had dealt with a great loss, traumatic loss in April. And that was really my time, like, dang, like, let me get myself together and let me make sure I push myself even harder for the individual that I had lost. So that was like, okay, it's time. Like, you have to do it now. It's no more prolonging. It's no more procrastinations. No more second guessing yourself. It's like, this is the time to do it. Like, get up and go. You know, when you're so passionate about things, you second guess yourself and you question yourself a lot. Like, am I doing this right? And, you know, everybody else is doing everything. When is it going to be my time? So that was really my wake-up call.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I feel like, you know, a lot of us, you know, with the trial and error in our journey, and how we kind of like derail things or like pan out things and map things out, we like, all right, well, how's it going to be? How's it going to end up? Or is it going to be like this? Or should I not even do this at all?
Right.
So on the state of, I guess, athletics within the DMV and Prince George's County, how do you feel about, you know, the athletes and things like that, what you see?
Like I said, PG County, we have a lot of great talent, tremendous talent. I just feel like with the resources, they can be better to just, you know, push our athletes more, and set them apart from competition, as far as, you know, people out in areas like Montgomery County areas, you know. I feel like if we had these resources even more, like our athletes here would be, you know, would be more and would be like at the top, basically.
I got you. Basically put in a better position as opposed to like
put in a better
else.
position, because PG County athletes, you know, a lot of us or a lot of them, this is their only way out.
Right.
So when you have that mindset, this is my only way out. Okay, what is my fallback plan if I get hurt? Or what is my fallback plan if things don't go out?
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I agree. So some of the services that you provide for the people, you know, speak about that. I know meal prep is one of those things too.
Yes. So I do meal prep. I do sports massages. I'm doing fitness testing as far as like getting athletes prepared for the 40-yard dash, vertical jumps, things in that nature. Testing their muscular endurance, flexibility, balance, and everything. I also do personal training as well. So as of right now, just like trying to be the jack of all trades.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a lot of hats, though. That's a
It
lot
is.
of hats. I ain't
It
gonna
is.
lie. So does that apply to athletes, or can a regular person get the service too?
Most of my service, they do apply for athletes as far as like the fitness testing and mobility and things in that nature and flexibility. But my personal training services, they are offered to anyone.
Okay. That's all right. Because I'm about to say, like, athletes, only athletes. What if I want to sit there and get something? What if I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get fit or something
Meal
like
plans,
that? I ain't gonna lie, because I'm
that's-
gonna need help with meal plans. Meal plans is not me.
Yes, I mean, I always tell people the easiest thing is prep all of your meals in one day, have variety, do a grab and go. Because now we so busy, we don't have time to eat. So
No, we
grab
don't.
and go.
We just
Keep it
more
moving.
convenient. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a convenient person. Oh, I see it. It's quick. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it.
Right,
Like,
and it's already ready. Yeah, let me
Yeah,
get that.
that's exactly how I feel. So like meal prep is definitely important. So nutrition as well. I guess, you know, taking care of your body. What would you advise athletes to do as well? You know, just, you know, like pregame or like, you know, after the game, what would you advise them to do, you know, just to stay fit or stay in shape?
As far as on the go things and anything that's easily transportable, having a specific time frame to eat, because that's definitely important. So at least an hour, 45 minutes before competition, something that's easily digestible, low fiber, high in, you know, carbs and protein, and then at least that same time frame, 45 minutes at least after competition, so that way it will help with their injuries and things like that, and keeping up those hormones and things in their body to help them recover, basically.
For sure. Okay. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, I know I play sports. I play basketball a lot, and I'm just like, like stretching out, stretch before a game. Sometimes I forget to do it after. So I'm just like, oh. And then I wake up and I'm like, ooh, I'm sore. Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
things
Food
like that.
plays a part of that, and we have to learn how to unlearn those old habits of, you know, eating certain things.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have any, like, favorite, like, you know, teams? Or do you have a favorite sport in particular? I mean, I know you said football, but, like, did you have any like a favorite team that you followed, or like if you watch sports, like what do you find yourself watching?
So basketball, Miami Heat. I've been a fan since 2006. I blame my father for that.
Okay.
But as far as basketball, I mean, I'm sorry. As far as football is concerned, no favorite team. I have my college favorites. Clemson is one of them. Penn State is definitely one of them, and Florida is definitely one of them. But I watch all of them. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. Any like, I would say like favorite like genre, like music or like anything that you like listen to kind of like keep your day going as well.
genre, pretty much everything. Like I'm a '90s baby, so I definitely love like the '90s R&B. That's like irreplaceable.
Okay,
So,
yeah, nah, I agree with you for sure, for sure, for
but
sure.
that's definitely something that I listen to on a day to day.
Okay, R&B. So you're not into like the rap, or if you listen to rap, it's like okay.
I mean, I guess it would just like depend on the type of mood that I'm in. But I mean, I listen to it here and there.
Okay. Any other hobbies that you like, like doing?
Hobbies. Mm, hobbies that I like. Not necessarily. I mean, bowling takes a lot of time.
Yeah, bowling. I ain't gonna lie. I just started really getting good at bowling. I'm not
Really?
gonna lie. Like, I started and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I would just play the play. But I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm really good at this.
Right.
Okay, it's nothing to get the spare. It's nothing. Strikes is hard, but
Yes.
spare I could go ahead and live with. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
take
yeah,
that and just
yeah,
keep it
yeah.
moving. So I just think that that's cool too. Yeah, bowling
Yeah,
is cool.
it's serious. Like it's people like, oh, it's not a sport. It can be serious.
Yeah, I watch it. I see it on what is it, like the ESPN and things like
PBA
that,
and
PBA and stuff like
every
that. So
Sunday.
yeah, that's a sport. I mean, it's a lot of things that are competitive and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. So yeah. So as far as like fitness, do you have any personal goals for yourself this year, or where you vision yourself, down the line?
I personally just want to just tone up and not really drop tremendously as far as like weight or anything, and just make sure that my muscular endurance is up, my aerobic endurance is up, so and aerobic capacity is up too, so I don't be getting winded and from that transition from COVID and everything. So I just basically just want to keep myself up personally, and that's about it.
That's what's up. Now I ain't gonna lie. Like for me, I just want to stay, physically inclined, mentally inclined, spiritually inclined, and emotionally inclined. Because I feel like the better, you better yourself with those aspects, the more available, you are to everything else. So I think availability is the biggest thing. What are some of the hurdles that you've kind of overcame or had to, endure throughout this journey?
Throughout this journey, definitely my environment. Growing up, like I stated, growing up in Suitland, it wasn't the best environment financially, and that type of area. It's not the best. So that was one of the hurdles, just basically making sure I got up every day and didn't fall into the normal statistics that we see every day, just wanting better for myself. I went to community college first before even going to Salisbury University, and that was a personal decision because I just basically wanted to make sure I was able to take care of my family before I left.
Okay.
And nothing is wrong with community college. A lot of people say, oh, don't go. Let me tell you, with going to community college, I did not have to pay for anything. Like, no student loans, no anything. And making sure that I completed that successfully as well. So I do have my associates from PG. Then another hurdle was just transitioning over to Salisbury University, which is 2.5 hours from here, and having to adjust to live by myself. That was
okay.
one of the biggest adjustments. Not gonna lie, like we don't see our complexion in that area.
Right, we
So with my classes and my studies, being in the STEM field alone, I was the only. A lot of my class, I was the only black female, and I would have one other female. So just sitting there and just saying, wow, like there's nobody else looking like me. So it was either I had to make a decision, either I was going to be defeated or I was going to say, okay, what is going to set me apart? I'm answering all of the questions. I'm making sure I stay on top of my game because it's competition here. And I'm also a representative for younger females who wants to pursue any type of science major. So it was just me basically not being intimidated. Like, I'm like really here. Like,
Yeah,
I
for
have
real.
to do it. Like, it's no me being scared. It's not, like I'm here. Like, I'm a little black girl from PG
Right,
County
yeah,
here.
right. Nah, for real. Nah, I agree.
So,
I agree. Cause like I said, even with college, even doing that, like I could transcend to like Montgomery College. I went to Montgomery College before I went
okay,
to
okay.
Bowie State University, and at Montgomery College, being not that many, cause I went to the one in Rockville.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that campus, I wasn't, it wasn't that many African Americans in my classrooms either. So
Right.
to have that chip on your shoulder, that extra motivation as
Right.
well. And then, of course, transcending the Bowie State University, it's a historically black college, in Maryland, believing the first one in 1865. Just had to put my history out there. But to transcend from there, it was, just the notion of, okay, I belong, I'm more comfortable. I see it in the flow of things, and studying broadcast journalism and being passionate about writing and just always having a message,
Right.
things of that nature, just putting it out there. So it's just that encouragement as well as an African American man in Prince George's County, because we also have that stigma
Right,
and that
right.
label on our back
Right,
too.
the
Like, okay,
statistics,
that
yeah,
statistic as well, and just to avoid it. So I think it's a dope thing, and you're doing something
Yeah.
that's dope and
I
that's
appreciate
definitely
it. Thank
needed
you.
out here. And STEM is a interesting field that I feel like is constantly evolving and emerging, and there's so much information out here.
Yes.
So are you big on like reading books, or how do you process your information, or where do you get your information from?
How I process my information, and what do I actually read? I actually read things that are related to my field per se. So I've read something recently about the effects of the vibrations on the nervous system, as far as like, we have our massage guns, so that with the effects and how does it affect the nervous system. So anything that I'm interested in learning in the medical field, that basically keeps me going, like the effects of asthma and sleep apnea and things in that nature. So that is what I read up on. Anything that just, okay, well, this is what's going on, this is how the body functions, and how can we prevent it, and things in that nature. So
Okay. So you just tackling all this stuff. I guess my question to you is, what does self-care look like for you?
self-care, what is that? I mean, getting my nails done often.
Okay.
That's one of the things. Some days I'll just take a mental day and not go anywhere. After work, I don't want to, I'll answer a couple phone calls, but other than that, like, because that's very important, like self-care and getting your mental together, because like you said earlier, how can you be the best version for everyone else if you can't have time for yourself?
Right.
Or sometimes I'll just take myself out to dinner just because, or take myself out to lunch just because I feel like I deserve it. So implementing those incentives, positive incentives for myself, like this is what I deserve. Or if I reach a goal in 3 to 6 months, I reward myself. So rewarding myself as far as taking myself out of town or booking a hotel just for a night. Because
Right.
I know that I work hard for that. So
Right.
that's what self-care is for me.
You better than me, because I'm not going to lie. I get caught in the grind so much that I forget to celebrate. I am that type of person that I literally just grind.
Yeah.
All right, like, what's next? What's next? But I'm like, I didn't even really have time to celebrate. Oh, you just did that?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
did,
you know what it is? We never feel like we done enough. It's always we want to go more. We want to do more. We have to, like, nah, I did that. Okay, well, what's next?
Right.
So,
And like social media, how do you navigate that, with the business? Like, how do you navigate social media? Has that been like a, hurdle or something like that? Because I know, we're in a digital age, social media, how you promote, how you market, and things of that nature. So how do you kind of like tackle and handle social media?
with this whole social media thing, I basically now just make sure that I post more of my business than my personal life. Because I meant to know for myself is you tell people what you want them to know.
Right.
So if I'm promoting my business, this is what I want you all to know. This is what I want you all to focus on. So making sure I at least post a couple times off my business page, or just having to stay on top of myself with that. Being very careful and cautious of the targeted audience and what I'm posting out there. Because that one slip or that one accident, it could ruin everything. And you work too hard for that. So.
I agree. Well, yeah, it was a lot of gems you dropped. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of gems. You know, some things I'm gonna just be like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna need to go ahead and do that too,
Yeah,
or just
sometimes
really
you
just
just
stay,
have to.
motivated and
Because you
and
get
things of
so
that nature.
caught up, and then what it is your mind is like overstimulated. Like, I got to the point where, or sometimes I would get to the point where I would work so hard until my body shuts down on me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sick for a day.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
never. I'm not
it's
gonna lie. I
bad.
felt like that probably like twice in my life, where it's like I'm just working.
Yeah.
And it's like no. Like God trying to tell you, like, hey Jay, you
Yeah.
gotta chill out, like
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah, just for a day, like for an hour is something.
So, do you have any motivation that you would like to give to the people, like the people that probably don't know where to start? They're confused, they're lost. It's a blur. It's a little foggy. You know, like what motivation would you give to those people?
Motivation that I would give to others is start with yourself. What do you want for yourself? And set a goal for yourself. If this is something that you want to do, okay, this is something that I want to do. Now let me figure out how to go about it. You know, always have that goal and then start to plan. And also remember, don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Like, this is something that you want to do, and at the end of the day, only you can make it happen. You can't depend on others to make it happen. So if this is something that you want to do, focus on it.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie. That's a heavy gem right there. I mean, for me, I'm gonna just sit there and say that it starts with a plan.
Yes.
It starts with a vision. Everybody
Yes.
has eyes, but everybody may not have your vision, and people may not want it like you.
And they may not understand your vision.
and they may
you
not
have
understand
to be
it.
okay with that.
That's a fact.
have
So
to
I
be
would say that, and I would also say, like, give yourself grace. Rome wasn't built in a day. Houses aren't built in a day. So just lay the bricks down, lay the foundation down, and just continue to be repetitive in your practice. All right, what worked yesterday may not work today, but there's always another day and
that's
another
hard.
chance and opportunity.
Yes, that's hard.
So I appreciate
Learning
you
that.
taking
Thank
the
you,
time
thank
to,
you so
you
much.
could be
I
anywhere right
appreciate
now,
it. I
doing
appreciate
anything
it.
right now, and I appreciate you for taking the time and the effort, to share your story and your journey. And I'm rooting for you and everything that you
Thank
do.
you so
And any way I can support, I definitely will.
Yeah, same
and
here,
shine.
same here. This is a beautiful platform that you have. So, like, keep it going.
I appreciate that.
Definitely keep
I appreciate
pushing, Yeah, keep pushing.
I got you.
And don't
for
get
sure.
frustrated with yourself. If your plan doesn't go well, it's always for a reason.
I got you, and I needed that. Thank
Yes,
you.
no
Thank you very,
problem,
very
no
much.
problem.
And with that being said, y'all, the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream, and we out.